Hey, what's going on, guys? Here at Galaxy Games with Robbie Riley, and today he has a very special deck profile, especially considering the very interesting weather we have going on here lately. Take it away.
All right, to start this deck profile, I'm going to show you guys the weather that's outside, the snow. It is weathery. I've been wanting to play this deck for a while. It's really cool to actually have this deck. I'm happy to finally have the cards for it, and it's a very interesting deck. If you don't know what we do, they are like Cosmos in a sense where they tag themselves out. But when they tag themselves out, it's because their continuous spells and traps give them that ability to do so to get effects. Yep. So what snow? I'm gonna explain what they really do because you can look them up or whatnot. But I play 3 snow, 3 thunder. This is the card that I don't have a third one of. I pretty much bought a whole box and only pulled 2. It's kind of sad. And then I only play 2 Cloud. Some people play 3 or 1 of this. I decided 2 because monster count's very low in this deck, and Cloud's not that bad. And you don't only want to have 1 because if you lose it, there's no like recurrence of your spells and traps from the grave. So 2's fine. Yeah. And then 1 Sun. This is also a card where people either play either 1 or 3 of, from what I've seen. I like 1 of it because it's literally it's graveyard effect. It's the only effect it really has. It's just another body, and this is like essentially helps you bring out the Link monster and have a monster back from the user effect, but it's interesting. That's actually the end of the weather monsters.
So only 9.
Yeah, it's very small. For the supporting stuff, hand traps, I played 1 Max C and 2 Ogre. I got rid of my Ashes a while back. These would probably be Ashes instead of Ogres at that point, but it still works out this way as well. And then 2 Kaiju. Kaiju work very well in this deck because there's a trap card that allows you to pretty much compulse it back to your hand. Kind of like Action Magician in a sense, for free. So 2 Kaiju. And then the other monsters is 1 Gofu because it's so easy to come out because you just banish your monsters, get the effects from them, and then it's open. And I play 1 Masterpiece. There's builds of this where it's like True Draco, Weathery, or I'm not sure what they would call it. TDW? I really don't know. But like, playing the terraformings, playing the diagrams in the deck, it's seriously like it makes things more ashable. There's actually nothing in this deck that's ashable besides this next card coming up, but it doesn't even hurt you when this gets ashed. So I didn't want any kind of like dropping any traps or whatever to be able to play a Draco engine, but having this 1 of is still great because if you draw it, you're going to be able to summon it. You just summon it out, and it's still most of the time unaffected by spells and monsters, and it's really good.
I think that variant would be called WTD instead of TDW. Or whatever you said.
I said TDW, True Draco, Weather.
Oh. Well, you could do it Weathery, True Draco.
Yeah, you can do either way, yeah. Well, that's the end of the monsters. There's actually not very many monsters in this deck, but it doesn't matter too much because this card is dumb. Snow essentially gets you this card. This is the Snowy Weathery Canvas. Again, what's happening outside right now. But this card's broken. There's no real clear way of getting over this besides maybe like Twin Twisters and stuff. But like if you kill them, Cloud just brings them back. This card is a once per turn during your player's turn, banish a weathery monster that it obviously gives that monster the effect, and then you add a weathery card, even itself if you wanted to. So you do it on your turn, and you do it on your opponent's turn, and you do it on your turn, and then technically 1 turn you have 3 cards. It's literally nuts. Next is 2 Cloudy. These are the ones that allow you to obviously banish 1 as cost when your weather monster that has the effect to target any monster in the field, half its attack, but that monster can attack directly that turn. And then the right one, Rainy, this does it bounces spells and traps, so it's interesting for like end phase when they set cards, you can bounce them instead. They can't use them. It's pretty good. That's the end of the weathery spells and traps, or spells, I should say. Next, I play the 2 Pod Desires. There's a lot of 3 ofs in this deck, so it doesn't hurt that much to use this. Plus 2, like I play quite a bit of traps in here. So once you make your board of like your snow and like stuff like that, having your weathery stuff on the field, then you activate this, try to draw some traps, as well as this, which is a spell as a trap. Divisor. It's very nice being able to play this stuff in the main because it doesn't hurt you when your stuff gets banished at all.
Yeah.
And then Argeki because again, this combo is kind of broken.
Yep. Well, why not Dark Hole in the main since your guys kind of bounce away?
I was playing in the main before, but then I realized I want to go first a lot, and then it was just another dead card in my hand when I went first all the time. So like, it's just nicer to be able to have it in the side.
Okay.
Next for the traps for the weathery part, I play 2 Thunder and 1 Auroral. A lot of people play 3 of this and none of this, but this card's actually so freaking good. This card allows you to. First, I'll explain this one. This is very simple. This is the one that, if a weathering monster does battle, I can banish that weathering monster and the monster at battle with, bounce that opponent's monster to the hand. So this is the one that bounces my kaiju back to the hand. This one, though, when any player adds a card to their hand, exactly one card, I can banish that card from their hand and make them draw a card. So what happens is this works with the Snowy. So if I normal summon Snow, bring out the Snowy, banish that, search this, set it. Next turn when I normal summon a monster, or more or less if you have 2 monsters in the field, what can happen is I search a monster off the Snow, banish that monster with this, and then draw a card off of that. So technically I drew two cards, the monster and a draw. But then on my opponent's stimuli phase, it comes back on the field. So you technically special the monster off this. And then also against like Spirals, Trick Stars, stuff like that, when they normal summon their Candina, search their Reincarnation, I just make them banish Reincarnation. Yeah, they may draw a better card off of it, but let's say it's Spirals, and they search their Quick Fix. I can make them banish Quick Fix. It's gone.
Banish their one-ofs, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. That's the end of the Weathery traps. There's actually not very many of them. And then for the supporting traps is the Solemn Brigade. It's just great. I go first in this deck. It's great. 2 Drownings because your monsters bounce themselves, or Cloudy makes your opponent attack you directly. So like you can literally even like have any back row, make your opponent thing attack directly, and then they can't attack your monsters if you had any more on the field anyway. You should have banished one for that Cloudy effect. And then they gotta think, do they really want to attack? Because they gotta attack directly. Next for the other supporting continuous is these 3. These 2 are just obligatory. You play these. Your monster's banishes cost, so like Cosmos do, because it dodge this. This doesn't matter besides against like Cloud. If your spell traps get banished, you can't bring them back. And this is just lit. Against Spirals, Trick Stars, True Draco stuff, or even like Dinosaurs that play like the diagram, this just locks them down. They can't play those cards at all. And this is like kind of like my idea. One of the cards that I took Dark Hole out for, and I was playing Aurora in the main, which is meh, which is the other monster. I decided to main deck 2 Mind Crush. This deck would lose 100% to any main decked evenly matches. So this is just the my out to that, as well as obviously Spirals, Trick Stars, anything that adds cards. I can immediately rip that 1-up card out of their hand. So
yeah, basically, if your opponent declares battle phase with an open board, you know to call evenly matched.
Yeah, exactly. They wasted their battle phase. I get to look at their entire hand. Like I know what to strike at that point. I have a strike as well. This card is just really good. I was siding it, but then I said to myself, like, if I win, and I will eventually take this to a regional, I'm going to need this in the main because there are Spiral players as well as other players that are main decking Gammas, main decking. I mean, this could even take Gamma. I set this. Obviously, it wouldn't work for turn 1 because obviously I wouldn't have this set. But like if they activate Gamma in hand, I can just chain this and call Gamma because it's still in their hand.
Yeah.
So like this just comes up. This will come up so much, but I just know people are going to main deck evenly matched in some decks, some builds. So this is just my out to it because this deck would just lose to it. Obviously, because you'll have like a monster and like 3 or 4 back row, like you lose it all. Oh yeah, for the extra deck. This is just kind of what I threw together. Things I can actually come out with. Akashik, it's again I play Kaijus in the main, so I can summon her pretty easily and it'll work. +2, any monster I overlay or link with Sun, I can just bring Sun right back by sending a continuous spell trap to the grave. So this is a free monster. So I played just these 5. I played Gofu, so duh. I already explained that. This is just a really good card if you can get it out. She is a Solemn Judgment on legs that you can use it 3 times if you have 3 monsters pointed to her. And the dumb part is she works just like all the Weathery cards do. Whenever you banish one of those cards for her effect, those monsters come back. So every turn you have a Solemn Judgment. Even if you only have 1 monster, that's once per turn, Solemn Judgment. It's just really dumb. And then this is just a beater that burns your opponent. I mean,
yeah,
attack.
That and your guys come back, they summon back in the standby phase. You can summon it to a zone of points to and get a field nuke out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Then for the extra deck, just some interesting cards. Leviair, because it works out. Zen mains. I want to play 2 of these, but I only have 1. These 2, because just destroys any set card. If my opponent's losing, and it happens at locals and stuff, and I'm able to summon this to pop a face down. Because if you didn't notice, like they're all really weak attack. They have 0, 17, 16, and 15. So if my opponent sets like a hand trap like Ogre or something.
Yeah, with 18 defense.
Yeah, 18 defense. This is just pop it face down. If my opponent sets a monster, I'm popping it. It's just that simple. This, and this, and all these. This is the most interesting because I like it a lot if it comes up. Because it's like a Baylor in my opponent's turn, or even during your opponent's turn, really. And this comes up a lot too. When I'm actually winning, and I have like 5 monsters on board, I make this, and then I make this, and then it's just so much damage. It's so stupid. But when I make this, I send Sun to the grave, bring Sun back, and I can use that for material for this. So it almost becomes like an OTK in a sense.
Okay.
Anyway, that's
the
deck.
Any last thoughts on the deck, Robbie, before we...
I've only had one tournament with it, so this is, I just want to say, like, this is like the attempt of the build.
Okay.
To see how well it works. I'm hoping it does well, especially today, because it's playing today.
Yeah. That you know, we've had, the first level 3 road advisory, or road emergency.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad out. Yeah.
So I mean, maybe it's an omen for you.
Yeah. Weathery man.
Give you some good vibes. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So thank you, Robbie, for the deck profile. Remember, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.